at the Kamae Bostal Institution. And here, the girls that are committed here are aged between 15 years of age and 18. They are 29 in number. Now, the difference between a Bostal institution and a prison is that while both restrict freedom, a Bostal institution is more youth-focused. Let me take you through what happens here. As I walk through the gates of the Kamae Girls Bostal Institution, the first thing that strikes me is that it doesn't look like a prison. Instead, it feels more like a school. Young girls wearing school uniform going about their daily routines. But behind the calm atmosphere is a sobering reality. Every minor here was found on the wrong side of the law. They are serving court-imposed sentences for crimes committed at an age when most children should just be children. The officer in charge walks me through the institution. What offences most commonly bring minors to a Bostal institution?
They are juveniles and they are committed for 3 years here. And they commit different crime. Any crime you may think can happen outside there. It's cut across from assault, stealing, all those crimes.
What is their background like?
Kamae BI, it is the only Bostal institution for girls in our country. So our girls cut across from Mombasa, from Kisumu, from Nairobi. There are some who come from a fairly stable background. There are others who ran away from their homes. There are others who were suspended from their school. They committed crimes in school, so they cut across.
Guards are stationed throughout the facility, keeping a watchful eye on every movement, a stark reminder that despite its school-like appearance, this is a correctional facility. So how is a Bostal institution different from a prison?
These are juvenile. Any offender who is younger than 18 years, those are the people we commit in Bostal institution.
What standards do you follow to ensure that the juveniles live in dignified conditions?
These children come from different background with different issues. We do what we call need assessment. Qualified counselors sit down with these committed offenders who are juvenile. They do something called motivational interview, where they ask them so many questions, and then now they know where to praise them. So for one, this child must be given the right quality and quantity of food. That means the balanced diet. The second thing, each child in our republic has a right to education.
Class, can we read this? Uses of word in the Old Testament.
But some of them, you may realize that they were never enrolled to school. They were street children. So here, we enroll them to vocational training. Then there are others who want to do both. They want to vocational and they want to do formal education. What we do now, during their free time, that is when they close school, they don't go home. Now we enroll them in something we call hobbies. They do things which they're interested.
Do they sit for their exams, be it KCSE or the vocational exams?
The girl can come here, when she was arrested, she was in Form 1, Form 2, Form 3. They continue, and we have qualified teachers. We have graduate teachers. They continue with their normal education. They wake up in the morning, they take their breakfast, they go to class. They have teachers, different teachers for different subjects, and they sit for KCSE. Right now we have grade 9, grade 10, we have Form 3, and we also have Form 4 who are going to sit at the end of the year, the exam. In vocational training, we do dressmaking, we do knitting, we do bead making, we do salon, barber, and also beauty. And they sit for TFET or NITA exams at the end of every semester.
And many of these children come here carrying trauma. So what support does the institution give them as regards their backgrounds and what they're dealing with?
Most of these children, they went a lot before they came here. So we want to show them you are still part of the community, you are part of our student, and we want to handle you as student. That's why our Commissioner General proposed that they should have a school uniform. And the thinking behind that, Lydian, it's removing the trauma or stigma of me being an inmate. Remember, these are children. Here we have professional counselors. They take them through from when they were born, what they can remember about their young childhood, when they were teenagers, what happened to them. And another thing we also do to these girls, remember that they committed crime. Maybe somebody has done manslaughter. And maybe that girl did it in the village. And maybe the neighbor is not ready to welcome that girl back to the community. So what we do, we try to reconcile the victim, we call it victim awareness, and also some parents, they disown their kids after they have done something wrong. So we do something we call family conferencing, where we bring in the parents, the guardian, the brothers, the sisters, the cousins, and we have a dialogue together. And when we let them know that this child has undergone ABCD, she's performing like this, she's accepting the reality, because some come in denial. But when they start now accepting, yes, I did something wrong, now it is time for me to change, we see positive, and also the parents become happy. We also allow them to be visited by their parents.
How do you prepare them before they go back to society? For
the girl to be reintegrated back or to be released, there are some conditions. One condition is you have finished your 3 years, because the girls who are committed here, they are committed for the 3 years by the court. We cannot extend even a day. The second criteria is that you have changed. You are remorseful of whatever you did. And another thing, the community where you came from has accepted you back. And then the fourth thing is that you have undergone full rehabilitation. Remember, I said the minimum is 12 counseling sessions. But if the counselor says you do more, you'll do more.
For a parent watching this report, what would you like to say to them as regards avoiding the chance of their child ending up in a Bostal institution, and even for the minors that are watching?
Lillian, after interviewing this girl, there's something common which has come up. Some of these girls have not experienced love back at home. Some of these children, they have not been given guidance. Some of these children have been dragged into the differences between the parents. So what I can advise the parent or the guardian, because some even them, they have been brought up by their grandparents, show these children love, give them guidance. Yes, we are very busy as parents looking for money, and we kind of compensate our absence with money and goodies. Be there for your child, because some parents, they admit to us they did not know that their girls were trafficking, that their girls were even prostituting. Sending them to boarding school, sending them to wherever their grandparents. You are not solving the solution we have with our children. Be there to guide them. For the minors, let me tell you, minors out there, you can end up becoming a juvenile offender and end up being committed to a BI. Things you are taking for granted, like assault, burning of the schools, manslaughter, you are fighting with a girl because of a boyfriend, peer pressure. Most of the girls here, they confess. They were introduced to drugs, but they are friends. So take care of yourself. Do not engage yourself in illegal activities. Peer pressure is the major cause of these children to offend.
I also speak to PS Correctional Services Dr. Salome Wairimu Mohia Biako.
The recidivism among the young juveniles is actually going down. Recidivism is the rate of reoffending, and we're seeing a lot of benefit, a lot of calming down, a lot of reform and rehabilitation of these children, because what they actually lacked was formation, was proper guidance, and a proper stability from the home front.
Na msome kabisa. So when you wako salon, when you mnafanya training nyingine msome, you have so much potential. You can be anything you want to become. Sindio?
Yes.
Yes.
But see, they have their pads, they have their trappings.
Whether these institutions succeed in breaking the cycle of offending or merely manage it within their walls is a question that continues to hang over Kenya's juvenile justice system.